failing you, think of me. I am strong though you are weak. When my power you seek. When your strength is failing you, think of me. When the battles numb you, think of me. I know pain, I know it well. To me your troubles tell. When the battles numbed you, think of me.
When you're far from home, think of me. Each one that you adore, you're in my care. I love you. When you're far from home, think of me. When you're opening your letters, think of me. I will look for you myself, filled with all my love. When you're opening your letters, think of me. When you're returning home, think of me. Nor will change what I will say. Keep trusting in my name. When you're returning home, think of me.
When you don't know what's next, just ask me. Trust in me, I'll be your guide. I'm always by your side. When you don't know what's next, just ask me.
When nightmares are in live, think of me. Blood sweat from my brows, I know fear, I'm with you now. When nightmares are in live, think of me.
Overtake you, think of me. Within my name, allow me put to shame. When doubts overtake you, think of me. Fix your eyes on me. Stand strong on my word. My promise is for you. I am to be true. Fix your eyes on me.
It is. I just.
Coming home to heaven,
Yeah.
think of me.
Test, test, test. Good morning. Thank you, Julie and the Young Patriots. Every time you perform for us, it's reassurance that America's future is bright. Good morning, Governor, Major General Osborne, friends, colleagues, and fellow Iowans. My name is Todd Jacobus. I get the privilege of serving as the Commandant of the Iowa Department of Veterans Affairs. We'd also like to give an early thank you for our staff who've taken care of this beautiful cemetery. In addition, I'd like to welcome Drelan Zogai, the Chief of the Consulate Mission here in the state of Iowa. On behalf of the state of Iowa, the Iowa Commission of Veterans Affairs, and the Iowa Department of Veterans Affairs, thank you for taking the time to be here with us today or viewing from across our great state. As many of you know, this day traces its roots back to Armistice Day, marking the ceasefire that ended hostilities in World War I, the 11th hour, the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918. It's a day deeply personal to Iowans, where over 114,000 Iowans served in World War I, the highest per capita in the nation. After World War II and the Korean War, Congress recognized the need to honor all who have served. And in 1954, they changed the name to Veterans Day. Well, it's 8 o'clock a.m. right here, right now. It's 4 or 5 o'clock p.m., depending on how far east or west you're at, on the Baghdad-Damascus Highway, known locally as the M2. It's an ancient route, older than the Silk Road, older than history. Archaeology teaches us that it's been traversed by kings, fought over by their armies since before humans had the capacity to write about it. And at this very second, as you're listening to me, an Iowa kid is standing there watched somewhere along that corridor with a vast desert plateau that it crosses. Far from these turning trees and the post-harvest glow in Iowa in November. It's probably the first time that they've ever left our country. And somewhere here, their picture smiles from a mantle or a table or a wall, probably in more than one home. The pride and joy of a family and loved ones who wish they were here today instead. Many of us here have walked in that young warrior's boots. It's not meant for everyone to understand, but we know that calling, what they must do and what they have to do. We know there's good days and bad. We know there'll be some memories they'll wish they could relive every day. And sadly, there may be others they can only stop reliving with the strength of comrades and professionals. Like others before us, we took our turn on that watch. Now we take our turn on this watch, ensuring that they are the center of our nation's thoughts today. Like our forebears, we commit to ensuring they have the best support available when they return home, because that's the sacred heritage we were given. God willing, the young Iowan who left will return a warrior for life, equipped to uphold this sacred cycle of commitment for the brave who follow them when we are ultimately relieved. It is this sacred cycle, the willingness of service and sacrifice of the few for the many, and the American cause that we protect, and the spirit that invisibly drives this calling of those few, generation after generation, that we honor today. Now I ask you to please stand, and veterans may render a hand salute while our Iowa National Guard Public Affairs Director and longtime friend Jackie Schmillen sings our national anthem. Then please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by an invocation by Chaplain Colonel Martha Kester.
broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Let us pray. Father, on this day when we recognize all veterans, past and present, we pray that we may never forget what it takes to maintain the freedoms we enjoy in this country. I do pray that there will come a time when militaries are not needed. And yet until that time, thank you. Thank you that there have been and continue to be men and women willing to raise their right hand to defend this country and understand the value of selfless service. So we ask your blessings upon all veterans, not just today, but every day. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain, and thank you all for being here with us this morning. Fellow veterans and citizens alike are blessed to be able to give back to a home like Iowa, where patriotism is as much part of our heritage as the black soil that we stand on today, to which we return our heroes in places like this beautiful Iowa Veterans Cemetery. The honor of being an Iowan is only possible because of those who lead and serve on the home front. It's my great pleasure to introduce a great friend to all Iowa veterans, our Governor of Iowa, your Honorable Kim Reynolds.
Good morning, and thank you, Todd, for that introduction. On behalf of those who serve, I also want to thank Major General. Okay, there you go. I also want to thank Major General Osborne, the Adjutant General of the Iowa National Guard, for delivering today's keynote. Under his leadership, Iowa's citizen soldiers stand ready, whether responding to emergencies here at home or answering the call across the globe. General Osborne, thank you for your steadfast service to Iowa and to our nation. And finally, I want to recognize every veteran and their families in attendance, as well as the 1,900 Iowa National Guard service members and the 200 United States Army Reservists, from Fort Des Moines, currently deployed in the Middle East. Together with your families and loved ones and the countless veterans who have gone before us, you are the reason that we're here this morning. And there's no more fitting place to gather on Veterans Day than here at the Iowa Veterans Cemetery. As we look across these rows of headstones, each marking a life of service, we're reminded that the story of our country is written in the courage of its veterans. Veterans Day is not just a date on the calendar, it's a promise to remember, a promise to honor, a promise to serve those who served us. We come together today to recognize the men and women who answered the call, not from recognition, but out of duty and devotion to something greater than themselves. Our veterans stepped forward when the nation needed them most, to defend the values that define America: freedom, justice, and individual dignity. Standing here today, it's impossible not to feel the weight of history, the quiet, the sacrifice, the generations represented all around us. They come from farms, small towns, cities, and every walk of life, united by a willingness to sacrifice so that others may live free. It's why they answered the call and in some cases paid the ultimate price. On Veterans Day, we don't just honor the past, we recommit ourselves to the future, to ensuring that every veteran in Iowa has the care, support, and respect that they deserve and have earned, to strengthening services, honoring families, and ensuring that no veteran ever walks alone. With that, it is my privilege to read and sign the proclamation in your honor. Whereas every year, Veterans Day is a time to reflect on the service and sacrifice of all generations of veterans. And whereas our men and women in uniform have been bearers of a proud military tradition that has been passed forward from generation to generation for more than 2 centuries. And whereas in times of war and peace, our veterans have served with courage and distinction in the face of tremendous adversity, demonstrating an unfaltering commitment to America and our people. Many have made the ultimate sacrifice to preserve the country that they love. And whereas the selflessness of our service members has always been unmatched, they remind us that there are few things more fundamentally American than service to others. And whereas on Veterans Day, we pay tribute to our veterans, to the fallen, and to their families, to honor their contributions to our nation. Let us strive with renewed determination to keep the promises we have made to all who have answered our country's call. As we fulfill our obligations to them, we keep faith with the patriots who have risked their lives to preserve our union and with the ideals of service and sacrifice upon which our republic was founded. Now therefore I, Kim Reynolds, Governor of the great state of Iowa, do hereby proclaim November 11th, 2025 as Veterans Day. May God bless our veterans, their families, and may God bless Iowa and the great United States of America.
Thank you, Governor Reynolds. And now for our keynote speaker. Major General Stephen Osborne was appointed by Governor Reynolds as the 28th Adjutant General of the Iowa National Guard in March 2023. As Adjutant General, he also serves as the Director of Department of Public Defense for the state of Iowa and is responsible for supporting the state partnership program with Iowa's partner country, the Republic of Kosovo. Major General Osborne is a native of Davenport. He enlisted in the United States Army in July 1984, prior to commissioning as an infantry officer through the University of Alabama in 1990. He transferred to the Iowa Army National Guard in 1992 and has served in a variety of command and staff positions, to include Commander of the 1st Battalion, 168th Infantry, Deputy Operations Officer, 34th Infantry Division, G3, Iowa Army National Guard, Commander, 2nd Brigade Combat Team, 34th Infantry Division, Director of the Joint Staff, and Land Component Commander, Iowa Army National Guard. He's a graduate of the Infantry Officer Basic and Advanced Courses, Combined Armed Services Staff School, Command and General Staff College, United States Army War College. He deployed to Saudi Arabia and Kuwait in 1991 in support of the Persian Gulf War, to Kosovo in 2004 in support of Operation Joint Guardian, and to Iraq in 2009 in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom. His awards and decorations include the Legion of Merit, Bronze Star Medal, Meritorious Service Medal, Expert Infantryman's Badge, and the Pathfinder Badge. He holds a bachelor's degree from the University of Alabama, a master's of public administration from Drake University, and a master's degree in strategic studies from the United States Army War College. He and his wife, Kathy, reside in Johnston. I'm proud to introduce to you my friend Steve Osborne.
Thanks for that great introduction, Todd. Very honored to be here in these hallowed grounds, final resting place for so many great Iowa veterans. All right, we on? Okay. Governor Reynolds, Commandant Jacobus, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, fellow veterans. Good morning. And on this this crisp, beautiful Iowa November morning and across this whole great nation, today we pause to honor the men and women, past and present, who have worn the uniform of the United States of America. Veterans Day is a moment to reflect, to remember, and to give thanks to the generations that stood for watch of freedom, often in times of uncertainty, but always with courage and conviction. And as Commandant Jacobus reminded us, each year on the 11th day of the 11th month, at the 11th hour, Americans unite in gratitude. What began as Armistice Day in 1919, marking the end of World War I, the so-called war to end all wars has become Veterans Day. A day not just of remembrance, but of rededication to the ideals of those veterans and what they fought to defend. Unlike Memorial Day, when we remember those who gave their lives in service to our great nation, Veterans Day honors all who have served, past and present, living and deceased. It's a day to say thank you to every man and woman who has stepped forward to defend liberty, preserve peace, and protect the promise of America. And as we gather here today at this beautiful State Veterans Cemetery, we do so in a world once again marked with uncertainty and unrest. Across the globe, instability challenges peace and security. Yet through it all, one thing remains steadfast: the strength of our total joint force. Side by side with all branches and components of our military, the Iowa National Guard continues to stand ready. Ready to fight, ready to serve, and ready to protect. That's who we are, and that's what we do. From the earliest days of our state's history, the Iowa National Guard has answered the call, leaving behind farms, families, businesses, and classrooms, moving forward to serve where duty demanded. We inherit their proud legacy from those who marched into combat, flew into danger, deployed far from home, and never backed down. And that legacy lives on today, with nearly 1,900 Iowa National Guard soldiers and airmen currently deployed across the Middle East, supporting missions and strengthening our allies, protecting American interests, and promoting global stability. Their service, your service, reminds us that the role as the combat reserve to the United States Army and the United States Air Force remains essential to our nation's defense. While we serve abroad, our mission here at home remains just as strong. Whether responding to floods, tornadoes, or any other need of our state, the Iowa National Guard continues to serve our communities when they need us most. The dual mission, serving both state and nation, is what makes the Guard unique and what makes our contribution so vital. But beyond the missions and deployments, there's something even more enduring about service and uniform. From the first day of basic training, we are taught the values of discipline, teamwork, integrity, and service before self. These tools, these lessons, And these initiatives don't fade when we take off the uniform. They shape how we live, how we lead, and how we lead every single day. We carry those values into our workplaces, our communities, and our homes. We become mentors, volunteers, and leaders. We continue to serve, just in new ways. And through that continued service, we become the example that inspires the next generation to step forward. Because service doesn't end, it evolves, it grows stronger, and it continues to define us. Every veteran here today has played a part in building the story of America's defense. A story written not just on the battlefield, but in every act of service and sacrifice. Life after military service isn't an ending, it's a new chapter, a new mission. The values that defined our time in uniform, honor, respect, and dedication to others are the foundation of that mission. So today we celebrate not just your service, but your spirit. The spirit that continues to strengthen our communities and safeguard our nation. That spirit of service is what's kept America free for the last 250 years. So to our veterans, I want to say thank you for paving the way. And to our currently serving soldiers, sailors, Marines, airmen, and guardians, I want to say thank you for carrying the torch forward. And to our families, thank you for your love, thank you for your patience, and thank you for your sacrifice. You make it all possible. No matter what challenges lie ahead, the Iowa National Guard, as part of our military, is a key component of success, and we will continue to stand ready. We will continue to serve, and we will continue to honor the legacy of those who came before us by answering the call again and again. Because that's what it means to wear the uniform. That's what it means to be a veteran. And that's what it means to be a member of the Iowa National Guard. So thank you for your service, your resilience, and your unwavering commitment to our mission, our great state and nation, and to one another. Always ready. Thank you, and God bless this great nation on this great day.
Thank you, General Osborne. 41 years. He joined in July of 1984. That means 41 years of service for our country. I think he must have joined when he was 5. We are very grateful to you and to all of our sisters and brothers we celebrate today. We're especially thinking of the thousands of Iowa men and women under your leadership deployed this very moment, and all those serving around the world. We're grateful for those few who embrace this way of life, serving and believing in something greater than themselves and a life of consequence, wearing the cloth of our nation, all on our behalf. We'll conclude in a moment with a benediction from Chaplain Kester. Stick around afterwards. The Young Patriots have some gifts for veterans they'd like to share. When leaving, we ask everyone to exit by returning by the same route you came in, by heading south or clockwise. Once you're back on the circle, away from where we're standing right now and the administration building. So exiting around this direction. That'll keep everybody from having a traffic jam trying to get out of here. We'd like to thank you all for coming out to brave the elements with us today and to keep this day and everything it represents at the forefront of our national conscience. Thank you. Chaplain.
Let us pray. As we go from this place, we lift up all veterans that they might know a sense of your presence wherever they may be. And we ask that you would bless us and keep us, that you make your face to shine upon us, and you lift up the light of your countenance upon us and grant us your peace now and always.
We're done.